Jackson Radio Show.
At this time, I think that he should step down.
Meeks' stance is different from what James Clyburn had to say to the New York Times. He says he's not sure that these claims against Conyers have, quote, any real substance. And he says, quote, you can't jump to conclusions with these types of things. For all I know, all of this could be made up. Reverend, what do you think accounts for the discrepancy here? Why are you on a different, you and Congressman Meeks on a different page from Jim Clyburn?
I think that the page that we're on is saying in terms of the sensitivity of the Judiciary Committee. I think that what Congressman Clyburn is saying is that we could find out that some of this is not accurate. We're not dealing here with a situation that he does not deserve the right to defend himself and that he is not deserving the right. When you look at the fact, Casey, on the second accuser, that they withdrew their complaint, well, that has to be looked into. Well, why did they come with their complaint? You can't write one news story, have an accuser, and all of a sudden that becomes the fact, because then everyone could be subjected to that. So I think that is what Congressman Clyburn is saying, but I think what Meeks has raised to some of us is the fact that the Judiciary Committee, where he'd have to hear and conduct as ranking member, looks into other situations, that could be reason for him to step aside from that position until this is cleared up, not from his congressional duties.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. That was Reverend Al Sharpton, Reverend, who is now commenting on this, and he's trying to give clarity to black speak. See, Black Man Meeks, member of the Congressional Black Circus, a circus clown, he says, hey, we need to wait and see all that. We don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's happening. Now, he didn't say that with Donald Trump. He's one of the guys out there going impeach. He's one of the guys out there saying Trump is grabbing women by the and now it's so funny to watch him. They backtrack. That's the con game. Clyburn is saying, hey, look, he can step down from the Judiciary Committee, but he doesn't have to leave Congress. Why should he have to leave Congress just because he's molesting a bunch of women? Black women, too. I'm just saying, you're watching this, folks. You're watching the con game play out. To me, it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. What did Pelosi say on John Conyers? Did you check that out?
You said there's now a zero tolerance.
Yes.
John Conyers, what does that mean for him now?
Let's say
in or out?
We are strengthened by due process. Mm-hmm. Just because someone is accused, and was it one accusation? Is it two? I think there has to be. John Conyers is an icon in our country. He has done a great deal to protect women, Violence Against Women Act, which the right wing is now quoting me as praising him for his work on that, and he did great work on that. But the fact is, as John reviews his case, which he knows, which I don't, I believe he will do. I believe that he will. Excuse me, may I finish my sentence? Sure. That he will do the right thing.
And is the right thing what? Resign?
He will do the right thing in terms of what he knows about his situation, that he's entitled to due process, but women are entitled to due process as well.
But he got it. He took advantage of a situation where he had the rules of Congress, and I know you guys want to change these rules, but he got to hide his settlement. He got to, his accusers had to go through all sorts of craziness. So why is he entitled to new due process in this case?
No, we are talking about what we have heard. I've asked the Ethics Committee to review that. Yeah. He has said he'd be open. It will cooperate with any review. Excuse me?
Do you believe John Conyers is accused?
I don't know who they are. Do you? They have not really come forward. And that gets
so you don't know if you believe the accusations?
That's for the Ethics Committee to review. But I believe he understands what is at stake here, and he will do the right thing.
Welcome back, everybody. Wow. What do I need to say about this? Jake Tapper says, Conyers, in or out? We are strengthened by the process. That's what she said. In or out? Jake Tapper says you have a zero tolerance policy against sexual harassment in Congress. By the way, that's the same principle that applies in the in a private service. Why is it in public service when you are held to a standard zero tolerance? Then it's equivocate. Oh, well, we're not really. We need to know all the evidence. They don't need to know all the evidence when it comes to conservatives. Did Nancy Pelosi say of Judge Roy Moore, we need to wait? We need to know everything that's going on. They took the word of people that supposedly are 30, 40 year ago situations. Now we're finding out these people are the biggest liars on the planet. Where's Gloria Holred? Hey, Gloria, where's that high school yearbook that was going to be the evidence? That, had the identical signature of Judge Roy Moore, DA, which was his assistant, not district attorney, and it was identical to what he'd signed in her divorce papers. Where's that at? Now we got problems. Yeah. See, that's the left. The rules, when it comes to them, they don't apply. They only apply to you. I jokingly said earlier that when the left, and I talked about this with education and entertainment. So what Harvey Weinstein molests women and rapes them and sexually abuses them? So what Kevin Spacey does it? So what Charlie Sheen does it? All these hardcore leftists. So what Al Franken does it? So what? So leftist politicos. So what college professors knowingly tell you that we're going to do this? They're vile human beings, but you do it and you're in the spotlight. And the minute you go, well, wait a minute, what about Weinstein? What about the rules over there? Well, how dare you? How dare you try to deflect? So here's Nancy Pelosi. By the way, leftist CNN media is saying, what are you talking about? And what's funny, she brings up, well, the Republicans, they touted my Violence Against Women Act and that Conyers was one of the people that voted for it. Congratulations. It's exactly what I told you, and I've told you 1,000 times, if not 1,000 more. The left will tell you what they're doing by the things that they claim are helping those that they're doing it to. Let's pass the Violence Against Women Act, knowing that we are perpetrating violence against women, because that gives us cover. Well, you do know John Conyers voted for the Violence Against Women's Act. Yeah, as he was what? Violating women. Bill Clinton, ask any feminist. Bill Clinton's an amazing man. He's helped feminism. He's the cause of feminism. Bill Clinton has gotten away with more. There are people in prison. There are entire cell blocks who are in prison who have raped fewer women than Bill Clinton. Let me tell you something, folks. You only know the ones you know. How many of these women that Bill Clinton, in his position of power, how many lives did he ruin? Women who would not dare come forward, or who, because of what their situation is, became drug addicts or whatever, just completely tuned out of life. How many? How many do you think happened to Weinstein? How many actresses do you think you don't know because of Weinstein? Because they said, holy crap, this is what I have to put up with. And now they're in rehab, or they're on drugs, or, in terrible relationships. They don't care. You think the left gives a crap about those women? Well, we're hoping he'll do the right thing, is what Nancy Pelosi said of Conyers. Since when? Bill Clinton was, backed in the corner. He was a trapped animal while he wagged his finger and told us he hadn't done it. He did an interview with his wife prior to running for election. Do you remember the one where the lamp almost hit Hillary? Because God was trying to strike him down. And Bill Clinton said these women are lying about affairs with him. He said he hadn't had extramarital affairs. He was lying through his teeth. Do you think they cared? Just go look at that video. Look at the date stamp on it. It was prior to Bill Clinton he was being interviewed by Barbara Walters, I believe, or one of the 60 Minutes ladies, and he says point blank, these people just lied. And Hillary was like, well, you have to understand the motivation of these. Crash! And the light almost hit her. Jesus, Mary, John, and Joseph. She gets up running. They're lying scoundrels to their core. And don't you believe a word that comes out of their mouths. Do the right thing. Oh, he knows about his situation, says Pelosi. Yeah, the guy, then Tapper comes back and says, wait a minute, he hid his settlement. How do you hide your settlement? And then make it to where the accusers can't say a word. Uses taxpayer money to hide a settlement, says the accusers can't defend themselves because one of them got a $27,000 thing. And she said, well, the ethics committee will work on that. And Sharpton cracks me up. He's talking about, well, we got to let all this, everything they talk about, folks, is who shot John. It's subterfuge to make you not want to think about what's really going on with them. Lying, lecherous people to their core is what they are. Every single one of them. Providing cover where they wouldn't do it if it were conservative.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.